Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be like my go-to glam. I do have a lot of first impressions in the video too. So I'll have some products in there that I haven't tried yet. I really like how all of them turned out though. So yeah, I really like how this look turned out. It's a nice warm smoky eye. I have a little bit of the glitter with the liner too, so that gives it a nice little like pop. I have a new shadow that I'm trying out on my lid today that I love. Yeah, so I like how it turned out. If you're interested in achieving this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I already have my brows done and my eyelids primed. I thought I was recording, but it turns out I was not. So I already have that done. I can do a video on my brow routine and everything like that if you guys are interested in it. Just leave a comment, something like that, just to let me know. So for my eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to start by grabbing this Morphe blending brush. I think it says R38. Well, numbers are rubbed off on it, but it's just gonna be a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna start with Silk Cream and Butter. So this color and this color, I'm just gonna mix those two together and use that as my transition shade. Just tap off my brush and just put that all in my crease area. Okay, so I just have that pretty much buffed all into my crease area. So now I'm gonna take the shade Buns, which is gonna be this shade right here, and I'm gonna focus that towards the outer portion of my eye. So like the outer, I'm gonna do it like towards the outer crease of my eye. So I'm not gonna bring it all the way in. I'm gonna start about right here and then blend it towards that way. And I'm just gonna use the same brush that I was using before. I'm going to take this brush, the M433. This is an amazing brush, guys. I'm telling you, like, it's just the perfect size. It fits right into your outer V of your eye. It's perfect. I love it. I am going to take the shades. Let me see. I'm going to take Jack's in the shade Mocha right here. And I'm going to mix those two together. And I'm gonna put that right on the outer V of my eye. And with this, I'm holding the brush downwards like this so that I don't bring it up too high. I'm focusing that right in the outer V of my eye. And kind of like, I like to, especially with this brush since it's flat on the sides, I like to pack the color right here. So do like a packing motion here, and then hold it the same way, and then do like a circular blending motion in the V area. Now I'm going to take this Zoeva 231 Petite Crease Brush. And I'm gonna use this for the like the way outer portion of my eye. And I'm gonna use the shade Chip. So I'm gonna use the shade Chip right here. And just pack in there. Tap off the excess. Now with this brush being so dense, I'm gonna use this shade. I'm gonna use a really light hand putting this on so that I can be able to like distribute the color evenly. So I'm gonna look down, hold it the same way that I was holding it, and hold it towards the end of the brush. That's gonna make it where you apply less pressure. And just lightly, right in that outer V area, deepen. take the M433 that I was just using before, and I'm going to take this and hold it in the same place at the back of the brush and lightly blend together those harsh edges. I love that color Chip because it's like it's a dark brown, but it's almost got like hints of kind of like purple in it or something. Yeah, I would say it's got like hints of a little bit of like a purple, like it's just like a really warm dark brown. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you this color I'm gonna put on my lid. So Tarte came out with these like shadow pots, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's what they're called. And they're blinding. I'm just using the brush that I was using before, the R38, and I'm just lightly kind of blending, just making sure that I don't have any harsh lines or anything like that. I dragged the purple out a little bit further, or I'm sorry, the like brownish purple, the color Chip, a little bit further on this side than what I did on this one. So I'm gonna blend this one a little bit more. The great thing about makeup is that usually if you're using colors that are like pretty similar to each other, it makes it a little bit easier to blend and fix your eyeshadow if you do kind of have like a little hiccup in it. So I'm just gonna take that color Chip again now that they're both blended, and I'm just gonna put it right in that crease area over here again and just define it over here. And do a little bit over here too. So now it's time to do some of the fun part. Now I'm gonna be using the Tarte Chrome paint shadows. I have some newer videos. Like I said in the intro, this is gonna be like my go-to glam look, like my everyday glam, but also have some first impressions in here too. So I'm just kind of throwing those in the mix. But this is the shade Top Yacht, and these retail for $22. So this is what it looks like. This is the product. Super pretty, like a really nice soft like gold champagne. And then wait until you see the swatch. Oh my God. So this is just me putting my finger in. Look at that. Like, oh my goodness. And then I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Terrible swatch. But oh God, terrible swatch. But also with this product, a little bit goes a long way. So this is what the swatch looks like once I have it like blended out a little bit, but super blinding and pretty. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to put this on my eyelids. So what I'm gonna do is grab a flat brush. Let me see. This is a Chanel number 26 brush. And I'm just gonna dip it right into the shadow pot and spray it with some setting spray. This is the Mario Badescu? The Mario facial spray with the rose water and the aloe and all the good stuff. So I'm just gonna give it a few sprays. And I ended up spraying my mirror, so that's really cool. Wipe it on my boob, because I feel like that's literally what every girl does. Okay. And then just go ahead and apply it to the eyelid. Oh, that's pretty. Golly, that's pretty. I wonder if I work better with my finger. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is definitely one that's gonna work good with your finger. So just swipe it right across your lid. I got it a little bit too far over, but I can fix that later with a little bit more shadow and some blending. But now what I'm gonna do is just take some of the shadow and just use that brush, that little Chanel brush that I was using, and just get into like the more detailed areas. that my finger couldn't really reach. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take the M433 that I was using before, and I'm gonna take some of the that shade Buns right here. I don't know if you can see me. That shade Buns right there. Pack a little bit of that and just pop it right here where the gold and the other shadow was meeting. I'm gonna pop that there to kind of blend out that harsh line. And I'm doing this in more patting motions opposed to sweeping motions. I'm scared if I do sweeping motions that it's gonna disrupt like the gold shadow and make it move all around. I'm trying to keep it away from the outer corner of my eye. I want to focus the gold, like the metallic shade, towards the inner portion of my eye to make the eyes look larger. I'm gonna take the Yves V brush that I was using, and I'm gonna dip back into that color chip, just very lightly though, and just lightly deepen that outer corner too. Now I am going to do my eyeliner. And Lord, pray for me on this one because I'm always scared to do my eyeliner on camera. It's scary, guys. Having to do it in front of all you guys and pray that it's perfected. Struggle is real. Okay, so I haven't yet perfected doing my eyeliner with a handheld mirror. So I'm gonna use my mirror for this one. That's stationary over here. And just say a little prayer that I can do this on camera and not mess it up and look like a fool. So I'm gonna be using the Inglot number 77 liner. This liner is the bomb. It's a gel eyeliner. It goes on so smooth. And I'm gonna be using the Sigma Winged Liner E06 brush. So I'll be using this and just lightly dip into the container. And I always like to put a little bit, I hope you guys can see this. I always like to put a little bit on the back of my hand first to brush it on both sides of the brush, and to just kind of like use it to see how much product I have on there and stuff. Now to do the liner. So I'll just draw a line out like that. And then whenever I grab more product, I'll usually grab it from that little bit on my hand just to not waste the product, and so that I have, like I said, I have control over how much product is actually getting onto my eye. So I'll do that, and then I turn the brush around the other way and I just drag it back. So once I drag it like that and I have my line, then I dip back into the pot to fill it in. And I know you're not supposed to tug at your eye or anything when you're doing your eyeliner, but dang, it's hard not to, you know? Girl, be struggling sometimes. Okay, so there's one wing. And we always just pray that the other one turns out just like this one, so. So, next I'm gonna apply some lashes. The lashes that I'm gonna be using today are the Ardell Studio Effect lashes, the Demi Wispies. These are, I got these at, oh gosh, where did I get these at? It was either like Walmart, Walgreens, Target, at the drugstore, and they were like $5.50. So I really like the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. They're just a good lash. It gives you some glam, but it's not too over the top. I am going to be doing a review. I'm going to be filming it tomorrow. And it's going to be on the Ardell Demi Wispy Magnetic Lashes. So if you guys are interested in that, you can stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to see how those magnetic lashes are. So I'm using the House of Lashes. Let me put this. The House of Lashes Lash Adhesive Glue. This is such a pretty lash. Oh yeah, I love that. So pretty. Okie dokie. Guys, like my cup. Matt got it for me from Second and Charles, and I'm so obsessed with it. Oh my gosh, I loved Hey Arnold growing up. One of my favorite shows. I still watch it to this day too. Matt actually, when we first started dating and we were doing long distance and I would come to visit him, one time when I came to visit, we went to Walmart and he bought the complete series of it. And we literally, like, it was one day, I think it might have been like kind of like a rainy day like it was today, but we laid in bed all day and just watched Hey Arnold and ate popsicles, and that has pretty much been our relationship ever since. Just kidding, but it was a fun day, just hanging out, you know, especially when you're long distance, you don't see each other as much, so the time you spend together is just so much more precious. It was nice. So, and I love Hey Arnold, so. Did you guys know that they just came out with a Hey Arnold movie? Probably, I mean, I think it was like less than 2 months ago. And I haven't got to see it yet, but I'm pretty sure they like reveal what happened to Arnold's parents and all these different cliffhangers and stuff like that we were wondering about from a kid. So it seems pretty cool. Comment down below if you've ever seen the movie and how you liked it and everything like that. Okay, so lashes are on. The lashes are pretty too. I really like these. Put on a little bit of mascara. This is just the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. And I'm just putting on a little bit of mascara. This is just to blend my natural lashes and the false lashes. Now, if these lashes are too dramatic for you with this look, you can always do your lashes. You can even do the regular Demi Wispy lashes, not the Studio Effects by Ardell. The regular Demi Wispies are going to be a little bit thinner. So they're not going to have the thickness that these lashes have, but they're going to have that same wispy effect. The eyes are done. This is what they look like up close. I like how they've turned out so far. So I'm thinking about adding a little bit more once I get like the bottom shadow smoked out and everything. So now on to the face. Okay, so when my camera shut off earlier, when I was recording, I had already primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This stuff is really awesome. So it's a primer and a moisturizer in one. It makes it really nice if you're just like on the go and you can kind of like skip a step. And it also is nice too if you have dry skin. I use that all around my face, and then in my T-zone area I use the Benefit Professional Primer, or any type of pore minimizing primer, honestly. And I'm like down to the nitty gritty with this. But I've had this tube forever. This stuff lasts forever because you don't need much. But I just rub it together in my fingers like this and kind of warm it up, and then I press it into my T-zone. So to really kind of fill and smooth those pores, I'll press it into the skin. I do it on my nose and on, I do it on my nose and on my like my T-zone area. I get really bad pores right here. So I'll do it there. And then whatever I have left over on my fingers, which usually is just a little bit, I'll kind of press it into my chin too. My chin gets a little oily as well. And then maybe a little bit up here. So I just kind of press it just in like the T-zone area. And I'm going to be using the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And I'm actually testing out the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation today. This has been a really popular foundation from the drugstore, and I figured I might as well try it out. So this is the shade Golden Beige, and this retails for $5.99. So the price point is not bad. And I just did a new style on my hair. I used flexi rods, and so this is, I've just taken it down today. This foundation smells literally just like paint. Wow, identical to paint. That's insane. So now I'm just gonna pounce it on with my beauty sponge. The coverage of it seems nice. Seems like it's got a good finish. It's pretty. The shade seems to match well too, which is good. It's always a gamble choosing your shade from the drugstore. You pick it up and you're like, okay, I hope you work out. I know this is terrible, but if I can, I always try to like swatch just a little bit on my hand just to see, like, the drugstore needs to have testers and stuff for us to do that. But I also am pretty good at this point at being able to look at shades and know what my shade is. So I guess I need to defend myself and say it's not like I'm picking up 10 different bottles and like opening all these bottles and doing stuff like that. It's usually like one. If it's not the first one, then the second one for sure. Yeah, the foundation is pretty. If you can get over the paint smell, which smells don't really bother me that much. Oh, this blemish is just like, I'm not going anywhere. Try to cover me all you want, but I'm here to shine. I'm shining through, baby. All right, take a little bit on my forehead. Oops. But, oh, like I was saying, this is a new kind of style that I've done with my hair. So my curl pattern usually isn't like this, and I like it so far. I think it looks nice. It really defined my curls. It did make my hair a little, shrink up a little bit more than what I like. Like usually I do have some length, just in case y'all were wondering. I do have some length there, but it just shrinks up. But if you guys are like interested in how I did my hair like this, and you want like a tutorial on that or anything, just let me know. Because I have been considering, well, I've been thinking about doing hair tutorials too. So yeah, like I said, just let me know if you guys would be interested in anything like that. Okay, this foundation is, wow. This is beautiful, guys. Like, this is a really nice foundation, especially for $5.99. You can't beat that price. It is super matte though. And I do like I like a matte foundation, but I do like a little dewiness to it too. So I'm gonna spray my face with a little bit of this aloe rose water spray, just to add a little bit of hydration in there. And then just kind of press it into the skin. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Medium. Yeah, this is in the shade Medium. I have some insane freaking bags under my eyes right now, so this should help. God, let's pray that it helps. Okay, so now I'm just gonna be setting my under eye area. With that, I make a really crazy face, but I go like this, and I set from the outside to the inside. So when you do that, you really make sure that you're like filling all those creases. Okay, so that's set. Now I'm just gonna bake my nose, because my nose does get really oily right in the center. Go ahead and bake my chin or just kind of like set my chin. I don't really bake it. And then I always get these forehead wrinkles here, so I'm gonna go ahead and smooth those out. Try to at least. I need to drink some more water. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the and excuse me, I was using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to set my under eye area. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on the Morphe MB1, just like a big fluffy brush, and then just lightly set the rest of my face. So next I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. This is also going to be like a first impressions product. This is the Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle from Tarte. This is their contour and highlighting palette. Tarte had a sale. It was like right after Christmas, and I think everything was like up to 70% off, but I got this palette and then a blush palette. This palette cost me like, I think it was $13, so I got a really good deal on it. So I'm going to be using the contour shade now with this Japanese brush. Okay guys, this brush, go to Ulta. Okay, so the brush I want to say is like 20 bucks, but it is such a good contouring and blush brush. So with like the contouring, it's got long hairs and it's tapered at the top, so you can be precise, but with the hairs being long and with it not being dense, it makes it where you can be precise yet have like a lighter, more natural contour. You can really build it up. It's not gonna go on super heavy. It makes it very, I cannot think of the word, just soft. It makes it soft and pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into the contour shade, tap off the excess, and okay, so the color is nice on it. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit too, but it seems like a nice contour shade. I'm gonna take some of this just to see how it looks. Take a little bit of this on my forehead, right on my hairline. I'm gonna go ahead and dust away this bake on my nose. I'm gonna take some of the contour shade, just run some of that on my nose. I'm gonna take the brush that I used to set my face with and just lightly just kind of blend this out a little bit, make it a little bit softer. And then just do a little bit, just clean up the sides a little bit, because this side's just a little bit lower, I would say, than the other side. So let's see here. I'm gonna just take some of my Laura Mercier powder, dip my beauty blender or my beauty sponge in there, and just sharpen this up some. Now I'm gonna do my blush, and for my blush, I was saying I did that sale and I got this blush palette from Tarte. So I got this, it's the Blush Bazaar Amazonian Clay Blush Palette. So it comes with 8 blushes and 2 highlights. I got this during the sale and it was 20 bucks, so it was a really good deal. Has this divider in the middle to kind of cover them, so I thought that was cool. For blush today, I'm gonna use the same Japanese brush that I used for my contour. I kind of just like brush it off a little bit on my arm. And I'm going to use, let's see, I'm gonna use the shade Extraordinary, which is gonna be the shade right down here. I really like my blush to have some, why can't I talk? A little bit of sheen to it. I feel like it just brings you to life a little bit more. So I'm gonna take that and lightly just dust it on the apples of my cheeks and up. I like this color. That's pretty. Like I said, I just like to take it lightly because I hate when my blush is too heavy. That's why this brush is so nice too, with it being not very dense. Oh my gosh, I really like this blush. So now I'm going to smoke out the bottom lash line. For the bottom lash line, I'm going to take a nice little pencil brush. What little pencil brush am I going to use? I'm going to use the Morphe E18, which is just going to be like a nice standard pencil brush, a little bit larger. And I'm going to take the shade Buns, which is the shade right here. And I'm just going to run it all along my lower lash line. With this, you really don't have to be like too precise or anything like that. So run that along my lower lash line. Now I'm just going to take Mocha and I'm going to run it, I guess I'm going to run it all the way across as well. So do the exact same thing. With that, I'm just applying less pressure the closer I get to my inner corner. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a smaller pencil brush. This is, I think this is the Morphe R41. So it's just a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna take the shade Chip. Chip is the shade I was telling you about earlier, that like dark warm brown. That shade right there. I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna run that right on the outer portion of my eye. So I'm gonna take, I just got this as well. This is the Heavy Metal Glitter from Urban Decay. This is in the shade Midnight Cowboy. And I'm gonna take, I haven't got to use this yet. I'm really excited to. Raw Beauty Christy is her, she did the video that had the Tarte shadow pot in it and this, and I went out and bought them both. Like, she got me good. So I think what I'm gonna do is take this and run it right underneath my wing. And it just gives it like a nice little pop. Okay, so almost done. Let me see. Now I'm gonna grab another pencil brush, just like a, oops, just a small tapered pencil brush. This is the Morphe M560. And I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. I wonder if I should do it with that. I'm gonna use the Tarte shadow pot to do that. Since it's super blinding, I think it'll make a really nice inner corner highlight. I'm gonna grab some, it's really hard. I think the shadow pot is good to use with your fingers because it's creamy but like flaky at the same time. So it's kind of hard to pick up on a brush. But I just got some on this little brush and then I sprayed it with the spray so that it amplifies it. And I'm just gonna pop some right here on my inner corner. Okay, so that's done. It looks like we need to do some highlight. So for highlight today, I'm gonna be using the Morphe and Daisy Danger palette that I had showed you earlier. If I'm not mistaken, this is still available on Morphe. I got it for like 20 bucks, I think, and I probably used an affiliate code too, so I saved a little bit of money. But I'm gonna use this shade down here. It's really, I mean, it's just like a nice, pretty highlight shade. Hopefully my swatches are getting better. I swatched that right on top of the black eyeliner. Oh my God. Anyway, you guys are just gonna see how the highlight turns out, okay? So for that, I'm gonna be taking my Morphe M501 highlight brush. It's a nice fluffy tapered highlight brush. It's my favorite, so dip right in the highlight, and this is my favorite part. And just get right, oh gosh, you can't tell me that's not so pretty. Let's get right up in there. I like to bring it up here a little bit too. That's nice. Yeah, that's a nice highlight shade. Get the tip of my nose, down the bridge just a little. I like to get on the chin, just a little bit though. Same with the forehead. Even the forehead is like Russian roulette for me sometimes. Sometimes I'll highlight the center of my forehead and it'll look so good. And then other times, kind of like today, it literally just emphasizes all the texture that I have. I'm like, that's good. That's good stuff. Thank you, thank you. Put it on the Cupid's bow. Give me that highlight mustache. I just want to highlight my entire face, honestly. But I'm not going to do that, I guess. Okay, so now time to do the lipstick. I'm going to be taking, I'm going to do a nude lip combo today. So I'm going to start with MAC's lip pencil in Spice. This is just like a really nice neutral lip color. Neutral like lip liner, I would say. I like it. It really just like for like a nice nude lip, it matches me no matter like what way I choose to go. If that were, excuse me, if I would rather do like a darker nude, a lighter nude, a pinky nude, a brown nude, all the different nudes, like it usually just goes with whatever. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Dior, Rouge Dior liquid lipstick in the shade 424 Hypnotic. It's a nice, like a pinky matte. So I'm just gonna give that lipstick a second to dry down. While I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. So I'm gonna just take this, the spray that I've been using in the video from Mario Badescu and just drench my entire face. And then I learned this trick from Laura Lee to take your like a powder puff and press your makeup, press your setting spray into your face while it's still like wet on your face. This really just locks the makeup in and it helps you from having like a powdery look. Okay, the lipstick is dry now. So now I'm just gonna take this lip gloss. It is from the MAC and Patrick Starr collaboration. This lip gloss is She Better Work. I love the collaboration and everything. It just sucks that the labeling isn't put on there that great. So I had this in my apron at work and it just like it rubbed off immediately. The logo rubbed off immediately, so it kind of sucks. But I'm just gonna take this lip color and put it right in the center of my lips and just blended it together. Okay guys, and this is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you do like it, make sure to give me a like and subscribe to my channel before you go. You can also follow me on my other social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Well, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, it's gonna be Des Tooley, and Facebook's gonna be Desiree Alexis Tooley. So if you guys wanna follow me on there, you can. I hope you enjoyed this look, and I'll see you next time.